Hi everyone and welcome back to Higher Biology. We're continuing on with Unit 1, DNA in the Genome, and today we're doing Key Area 4, which is quite a quick key area on cellular differentiation. So, cellular differentiation. What that is the process by which a cell expresses certain genes in order to produce proteins that are characteristic for the type of cell. So basically what that means and what that does is it allows a cell to carry out specialised functions. So for example, if we look at the diagram here, there's a bunch of different cells here. They have all been differentiated into a certain specialised function. So you've got liver cells, cartilage cells, bone cells, nerve cells, all different, all specialised because they have been differentiated to do that certain job. There are, however, unspecialised cells, and what they can do is they can undergo differentiation to become a specialised cell. So another type of cell with a specialised function. That's irreversible, so if you choose to become a specialised cell, or if you're differentiated to become a specialised cell, then you can't go back to being unspecialised. But there are two different regions in plants and in animals that contain these unspecialised cells. First, in plants, there's areas called meristems. So this is where it's an area of growth in the plant, and there's a region of unspecialised cells in them that can divide and differentiate into different specialised cells. In animals, they don't have meristems, they have stem cells, which you may have heard of, and these again are the same thing. They're regions of unspecialised cells that can divide and differentiate into other specialised cells. However, in animals, there are two different types of stem cells, and this is what we're going to compare in a moment. Embryonic stem cells are from embryos, they're from the early stages of embryonic development, whereas tissue stem cells are found in tissues throughout the body. Now, there's different advantages and disadvantages to these, so we'll compare them just now. Embryonic stem cells are from the very early stages of the embryo, and they differentiate into all the cell types that make up the organism eventually. And what we'll do is we term these as pluripotent, and pluripotent means that all the genes in these stem cells can be switched on and they can differentiate into any type of cell in that organism at all. So pluripotent means it can become any other type of cell. However, in tissue stem cells are found in tissues in the body and they're involved in the growth, repair and renewal of cells found in that tissue. And we term these multipotent. They're multipotent because they can differentiate but only into the types of cell that are found in that particular tissue. So for example, if you look at bone marrow in this diagram here, the unspecialised stem cells in that bone marrow, they can become specialised, they can differentiate into either red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, etc. that are found within that tissue, but they can't go and become an epithelial cell or a nerve cell because they're only multipotent. So they can become what's found within that tissue type. Other things to look at though are therapeutic uses of stem cells. So these are examples such as repair of damaged or diseased organs and tissues, which is becoming a much bigger thing at the moment. Some examples of these, so like the diagram on the right, are corneal repair, so healing the cornea of people who have certain conditions on their eye. Stem cells can be used for that. Also, growing stem cells in the lab for the regeneration of damaged skin, so covering over, for example, for burns victims or people who are needing a new layer of skin over something that's been damaged. That's something that stem cells can be differentiated into, say, skin cells, and then you can regenerate that damaged skin. Another use of stem cells, though, is research. So we can use stem cells as model cells, and that's in order to study how diseases can develop, or we can use them for examples in drug testing. The good thing about stem cells is they can self-renew under the right conditions in the lab. So we can also look at how some cell processes, such as growth, differentiation, and gene regulation work as well. So stem cells are incredibly useful in both therapeutic uses, so with healing things or correcting things, but also research to see how things develop as well. The issue with this is that there are some ethical issues that you need to be aware of with stem cells, because the use of embryonic stem cells, which some would say is more useful because they're pluripotent, they can become any other stem cell, or any other cell. The use of embryonic stem cells is really effective at offering treatments for disease and injury, and also for research, but it does involve the destruction of the embryo. This is where there's an ethical issue, because some people see that as a problem because they see it as an embryo becoming it's a young organism that from conception that is now a living thing that's going to become a baby, become a person, and if you destroy that, then you're destroying life. Other people aren't particularly bothered by that. They think that an embryo is just a bundle of cells, and it's not until the baby is born that that's then a human, so they don't have an issue with that. So it's just something to be aware of. For example, in this diagram here, it's showing you different articles in newspapers that are either positive, negative, or neutral on the stance of using embryonic stem cells. As you can see, it's a bit mixed. Okay, so there's two sides to ethical issues. That is something that can come up. In the UK, for example, we can only use an embryonic stem cell, or we can only use an embryo for stem cells up to 14 days after conception. And then after that, we're not allowed to use that. So that's an ethical issue that can come up, and we've just spoke about all the different uses you can have of stem cells. That's it for key area 4. It's a nice short key area, basically just looking at what cellular differentiation is and compare your embryonic and tissue stem cells as well. Thanks so much for listening, folks. There's a quiz attached to this video as well, and I'll get on with key area 5. Thanks very much.